There's been a few of you asking for an update on the jaywalking, or they call it, the actual charge is, what is it? Pedestrian in the roadway where sidewalk is provided, blah, blah, blah. So, I was due in court Thursday, what is tomorrow, the 19th. But because I have hired a lawyer to handle it, that date has been reset again. But I wanted to share with you guys some of the documents from this case that I think you may find interesting, and I'll explain to you why it's interesting here in just a second. So this is the incident report for, let me make sure I got this right. Yeah, for the jaywalking thing, and it just gives information about, you know, what occurred. I'm getting to the walking on roadway where sidewalk provided ×3. Case number, here is the sergeant that handled it, who, by the way, looked like he'd just been awoken from a nap. And it just says, you know, what occurred. Funny they don't mention in there the fact that when we were a block away, this lady came out into the street pointing guns at us. And they say in here that people were pulling on door handles. That is a lie. Nobody touched anybody's car. That is a flat out and out lie. So somebody could be sued over that lie because it contributed to this arrest. And then it shows the things that were confiscated: Beretta 92 FS, loaded Berna HD. It says paintball. It's not a paintball, but whatever. Funny, it doesn't mention in here, Sergeant Harness doesn't put in there anywhere where he was booking the Berna into evidence and proceeded to damage it, and the damages that were done. Oh, here we like this. Speak to me or any further, identify themselves, and based on the information I possessed at the time, I could not rule out that they were not engaging in other criminal activity such as burglaries. He said in here that burglars, when they're out burglarizing cars, use super bright flashlights so they can see what they're doing. I swear, you can't make this stuff up. These people are stupid. But it says here, as I was placing Warden into custody, I removed the Berna self-defense he had holstered on his hip. This was a paintball projectile. It's not a paintball projectile. It's a pepper ball. Self-defense firearm. It is not a firearm. Says that I was encouraging people to call the LaPorte Police Department repeatedly while live streaming. Whatever. People arrested. Camera, all the stuff went into evidence. Disposition, case cleared by arrests. And here are the arrest reports. Blah, 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 blah. Other stuff. Call logs, dispatch logs, etc. so forth. Yeah, like I said, you can't make this stuff up. So let's go back over here. Justin got this for me. This one's interesting. They tried to not have to release this by going to the Attorney General, saying, "Hey, we don't want to give them this stuff." Attorney General said, "Sorry about your luck. Give it up, Buttercup." And then this is the let's see. I got to go through this. Officers. Yeah, this is more from that, but the one I'm looking for, let me get it to it here. Oh, I'm stopped right here and just read this to you. dispatched a 500 block of Windburn Tide Lane in reference to 3 suspicious males with flashlights looking into vehicles and pulling on door handles, according to the reportee in this case. Pulling on door handles. You know, we were running body cameras the entire time we were out there. And there is nothing on those body cameras, in that body camera footage, that shows us pulling on anybody's door handles. It's a lie. Tired of these people reporting lies when they make these police reports. Okay, here is the incident investigation report from the City Hall, LaPorte, Texas, where I used offensive language and was arrested for disorderly conduct. Now, this is the fun one. It's fun because all these individuals that they have listed as witnesses are city employees, and we all know that a public servants would include elected officials, city employees, etc., so forth, cannot be victims in a disorderly conduct case. On Monday, 22nd March 2021 at approximately 1826 hours, I, Officer Phelan, TD number 668, was assigned to the City of LaPorte City Council as Sergeant at Arms. While performing my duties, a subject identified as Warden David, white male. Yeah, I was born in 61, and my 60th birthday is next month, by the way, guys. Committed the offense of Penal Code 42.01, disorderly conduct, vulgar language, and was subsequently placed into custody for the aforementioned offense. Scene summary. It's just the City Hall. Details of the offense. During the citizen comment portion of the meeting, Warden had signed to speak and was granted time to speak. Warden walked up to the microphone at the podium in the City Council chambers and spoke to the City Council. While Warden was speaking, there were several citizens in the council chambers that were listening to Warden speak. It's funny he doesn't mention there were no citizens there. It was all people who work for the city, and they're patting each other on the back about what a great place it is to live. At the completion of Warden's speech, he turned and looked at Chief of Police Steve Deerdorf, who was sitting on a pew to the right of Warden, and verbally stated, FTP, yes, I did say that. Warden then concluded his comments and sat down at the back of the council chambers. After Warden took his seat, I was approached by Chief of Police Steve Deerdorf, corruption, who informed me that Warden had committed the offense of 4201, disorderly conduct by vulgar language. Due to him, Warden intentionally, knowingly using abusive, indecent, profane, or vulgar language in a public place, and the language by its very utterance incited an immediate breach of the police. Now, you guys have seen the video, and if you haven't, I'll post a link to the video in this thing. There was no breach of peace. Nobody even really seemed to notice, except the Chief of Police, who was texting, the mayor, hey, we can get him for that. We can put him in jail for that, because they were upset that they had been exposed. And, we had just had that walking while illuminated arrest, the JWalking arrest, and they were getting hammered with phone calls. So this chief, and his staff are shown to be corrupt. And, they have to verify that by doing more. Instead of stopping and saying, oh, we've been exposed, let's not do anything else to bring any heat down on us. No, that's not what badged criminals do. They think they're untouchable. Well, they are not untouchable, and I'll get to that in a minute. After Warden committed the offense of disorderly conduct, vulgar language, I obtained a LaPorte Municipal Court prosecution agreement, which was issued and signed by the initial complainant, Jason Weeks, who informed me that he was offended by Warden's comments, which were made in a public place. As Weeks' information was obtained, Lisa Camp, Shelley Woolney, Matthew Hartleb, as well as Brent McCauley, all said they had heard the comments that Warden made, and all of them were offended as well by the abusive, indecent, profane, or vulgar language that was made. I think that was made. I think that was used would be the proper thing, but whatever. Though Jason Weeks signed the prosecution agreement, the additional witnesses wanted to be identified as persons who heard the offense as it was committed. Due to the offense occurring in officer's presence in the municipal court agreement obtained at a Weeks signature, Warden was then escorted out of City Hall and arrested. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, booked. Hardy and Lakey were on scene when the offense occurred and may have captured the offense with their body cameras. It was trespassed. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's where it gets interesting. So, when they walked me out of that court and told me they were fixing to arrest me, I told that chief. I was very clear. You know, right here in Harris County, we have Hill versus the city of Houston that covers this. But there's so many more that I can't even count them. This is not disorderly conduct. This is not language used towards a person. It's language used towards the government describing, you know, your frustration or dissatisfaction with the government. It is 100% protected free speech. 100% protected free speech. If you go back and look at the city council, this is funny. The only city council meeting that is posted on the LaPorte City Hall website is this one. I guess they thought that was going to make me look bad. Oops. All of those people that they have listed as witnesses are employees of the city of LaPorte. Every one of them that was involved in making this complaint is included in the lawsuit because they cannot be victims. And even if they could be, there was no crime. This was the citizen talking portion of the meeting. This is the opportunity for citizens to get up and redress their grievances with the government, i.e. the city council of the city of LaPorte. It is the exact forum for that. And yet they want to, you know, be all huffy and puffy and show me who's boss by arresting me. They have no qualified immunity in this because I covered this with the chief. This is 100% protected free speech. I mean, right here in Harris County, we got Hill versus the city of Houston. You can't say, oh, I didn't know, because you do know. You knew when you did it. You just thought you could do it and get away with it and show me who's boss. Guess what? And I know the chief is going to see this. Guess what? I'm going to tell you a secret. I've been arrested before. Your jail doesn't scare me. Being arrested doesn't scare me. I'll take that ride when you're wrong. So now the federal lawsuit, I think we'll have that done by September the 1st. And you have no out for this. So drag it out, play, get your city attorney to do whatever you want to do. I don't care. I don't care. You're wrong. You don't get to go home and beat your wife tonight and tell her what a hero you are. You don't get to brag to all the other cops. We arrested Newsdown Houston. Yay, pat you on the back. That is going to be a very expensive lesson for you guys. There will be no settlement. You can make all the offers you want. Unless you're prepared to give me $54 million, which is what we're asking for, there will be no settlement. So whatever a jury gives me, that's what we'll take. If they give me $1, I'll take $1. But there will be no settlement. This is going to go the distance. So that is it, guys. That is the update. There's also one other lawsuit. I don't want to say anything about it because it's fixing to get filed and served in the same instance. It's difficult to explain, but There will be a video about that coming here in a minute, but I don't want them running and hiding from the lawsuit. I'll give you a hint, though. It starts with Jersey Village. Y'all be safe.